Hello guys, this expat Ian in the Philippines again. This video is a request from FREEDOM33. In one of my previous or more videos, I have said that I was in China. So FREEDOM33 would like to know how I lived and where I lived, how I met my wife, and all these other things in China. So, I originally come from the UK, a very small town, Rugby. When I last Googled it, it was around 50,000 people population. Then I moved to Germany. I also lived in a small town. The population there was also around 50,000, 55,000. So in 2005, I was asked from my company if I would be willing to go to China to set up a company, or help set up a company in Shanghai. Exact location is Qingpu. Qingpu belongs to Shanghai, but it's like a 1 hour drive. So it's on the west side, outskirts of the Shanghai area. So I was so very small towns before, and then I was asked if I could go then to Shanghai. So I go to Shanghai, and for you people who don't know, Shanghai is a population of, or it was around 23 million people. And so you can imagine, when I first went there, it was just wow. It was amazing. So many people, all the high-rise buildings and yeah, whatever. It was just yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, I went in 2005, I went there a total of 3 times. This is the setting up procedure of the company. And when I went back to China, when I went back to Germany, where I was living at that time, everyone, yeah, and I said, oh, it was just, everyone was, yeah, you know, what's it like? I said, yeah, brilliant, 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 brilliant. So it was. So no problems with me. The food was good. I got along with the people okay, and I've told you in my previous videos some funny things that happened when I'm there. So check my videos from before, and you'll see. So 2000, I was there 2007 for 6 months. Went back to Germany for 2 months and ended up going back to China again, permanently, then for 12 years. So, in the 2005, I lived actually in Shanghai itself, in a condo. So, very noisy. 24 hours traffic, and as you would imagine, 23 million people, and every day is a normal day. There's not a weekend. Every day is the same. So also in 2007, I think I lived first in Shanghai, but it was like over an hour's drive from where we're stopping in Shanghai to the company. So in the end, I ended up living actually only 15 minutes away from the, or 10, 15 minutes away from the company. In the town, like I mentioned before, Qingpu town. So Qingpu town itself also had 1.5 million people, even though it was a very small town. So you can imagine when all the people out in the streets, it's very crowded, lots of traffic. I'll tell you a funny thing now. You always hear cars beeping their horns. So there's one day I was just sitting in the toilet, had nothing to do. So I have my cell phone, and then I actually stopwatch how many seconds between each beeping of the horn. And it got every 7 seconds. So every 7 seconds you had a beep, 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 every 7 seconds. So I suppose after since I was there for 12 years, you probably get used to it. I don't know, but it was just a funny thing. Yes, anyway, so Qingpu town, 1.5 million. When I first moved there, there was only me and I think 2 other foreign guys. So foreigners wasn't a normal thing out there. In Shanghai, yes, but not where we was. So when we went out the streets, everyone was looking at us, all the, you're like a movie star. Everybody wants to take photos with you, and yeah, it was, it was quite fun. My ex-wife, she also visited me in Qingpu. So she has blue eyes, blonde hair. And after a few days, she started crying. And I says, what's wrong? Yeah, they're all staring at me. And I said, they'd never seen in the flesh a woman like my wife. So blonde hair, it was white, well, blonde, blue eyes, and they wanted to touch her in photos, and yeah, and she couldn't cope with all the attention. Oh, some people can cope with it, some not. Yes, so how did I live in Qingpu? Or the company rented a apartment, so they all come fully furnished. So I had a very nice apartment, fully furnished, so you don't have to get anything really, everything's in there. And, sorry, I've still got a sore throat. So, only maybe a few extras that you probably need. So there's, bed clothes, bed covers, the pillows and stuff like that. So you have a TV in there, microwave was in there, all the furniture's in there, so it's just normally all your personal stuff. Yeah, so that's how we used to live. Yeah, many restaurants outside. So all different types of food, many different types of food. So we just, that day we go to that restaurant and that restaurant. And then, so actually after a few years, there was slowly getting more foreigners. So we had there was like a small group of us that were there. So we used to meet up every Wednesday, go to our favourite yeah, restaurant. You can't call them restaurants. No, we'll call it restaurant. It's a small place. Anyway, we used to call this place Snake Shit. I can hear you say now, why you call it Snake Shit? I will tell you. It was the owner comes from North China, and they had a big glass in the corner, and they put alcohol. I think there was 2 types of alcohol in it, high % alcohol, and in the glass was a snake. Of course, it's dead. Probably drowned because of the alcohol. I don't know. So anyway, big glass. There's a snake in it and some other stuff. And then later, I think there was I don't know if I should say that now, a bat because of COVID. I don't know. Right, so there's a bat, a snake, and some other stuff. Anyway, if you drank a few cups of this stuff, oh God, it used to make you drunk. Anyway, they said it's supposed to give you strength if you drink 1 cup. Yeah, there's another story. We had a guy. I'm not going to go. We had another guy, Bruce. He had 5 or 6. Oh, this is delicious. Oh, this is, and you drink. So no, I've had my 1. And anyway, later he passed out and didn't know anything what happened for the rest of the night. The next morning, he says, I have no idea, because we went to some other places. He doesn't even remember. So anyway, and yeah, this small place. So we always used to go there. Any people come from, well, say we were a few guys. So one was Austrian, we have German, UK. So when guys used to come to our companies, we always used to take them there, and it was, don't look in the kitchen, because the kitchen looks shit, it's terrible, but the food was great. And we even took our bosses there, and they said also, food, brilliant. I mentioned in one of my videos before, there was one of the bosses, I said to him, so where would you like to eat? That place we went to yesterday. So I said, okay, yeah, we'll go there. So we used to go there, have a meal, a few beers, and then down off to the Chingpu Hotel bar, and that's where we used to meet every. There used to be only one bar at that time, but then a couple of other small ones. But yeah, so anyway, that was Wednesday, and then weekend we used to go into the town, into Shanghai itself. So well, sometimes Friday, but mostly Saturday. So all the guys get ready, and then we all meet up, and then in the town. So where did I live? Chingpu. How did I live? Yeah, it's just an apartment, fully furnished. 15 minutes away from the company. 16th floor. I was at the top, so nice view. Out on the road, all the lights on. It's like you see in China. Everything's lit up, lots of flashing lights, and everything was. Yeah. So then I was also asked how I met my wife. At that time, there were a lot of Filipinas working in Shanghai, caretakers, and so my wife was actually there before I was, and yeah, we met each other, and then actually the first time, because I just arrived there and I had my problems before, and I wasn't really interested in women, so she came up to me, and I wasn't really And then a week later, same place, she came to me and, oh, hello. I said, oh, hi. And yeah, that was 2007, 2008. And still together now. So that is my story of China. I could add a little bit more how I got on with the Chinese, or another thing is Shanghai, or even the Chinese say Shanghai is not China, because it's been like so westernized. A lot of people say in Europe, oh, I don't like the Chinese food and whatever. Well, Shanghai, you get everything. There's Greek restaurants, Turkish restaurants, German restaurants, Italian, blah, 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 blah. So you can eat every day a different meal from Europe if you don't like the Chinese food. Between the town I used to live and Shanghai, there was a place called the Laoweiji, which is the foreigner street. So it's just a street full of bars and restaurants. So that's where we used to go many times. Yeah, different types of food: Indian, Mexican, so English, American, and then Korean, Japanese, yeah, and of course Chinese. So no problem with the food, no problem with the Chinese, no problems at all. So Freedom33, if you're watching, I hope that answered your questions, and for anybody else who's watching, I hope it was a little bit interesting for you. If anybody's thinking of going to Shanghai, very nice place. Depending on where you come from, very expensive. I think it's the fourth most expensive town or city in the world. So anyway, so I'll leave it at that. If you want any more information, just let me know. As always, if you liked this video and you found it interesting, give me the thumbs up, a like. If you did not like it and for whatever reason give the thumbs down, please let me know so I can change something, so I know what I'm doing wrong or whatever. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you have already subscribed, thank you very much. The family is getting bigger. And everybody, feel free to share with your family and friends. So guys, that's all from me at the moment. I'll catch you again another time. So from me, it's goodbye.